Lyarrah, and that is Zloy. And welcome back to episode 4 of our TekTopia rush playthrough. We are currently doing our best to keep track of the merchant because, we have been, as we diversify the village, it's become harder and harder to have things to actually trade to him. And the problem is that if you don't maximize the trades by getting as many of whatever it is he's looking for traded to him at once, it's kind of a waste of the prices. Now, there's one thing that's been conspicuously sitting in his inventory for days, like literally since we started, and that's jungle wood. And we've never gotten around to having jungle saplings. Honestly, with how efficient our lumberjacks have gotten, I would kind of like to go ahead and take advantage of that. So I'm personally thinking, while you're finishing up our tavern build from this last time, I might go and go on an expedition for jungle saplings.
Well, considering how inconsistent and confused I am myself currently about the tavern build, yeah, that is the best use of your time. Go ahead. By the time you come back, the tavern won't probably progress at all, because check this out. So originally, I had a ladder, a stairway up there in here, because that's how I planned to that's where I planned to have a front for the tavern. But then I realized that if I do that, I will need the butcher and the cake master, the chef, alright, to go all around the tavern, all the way here, to get to their living quarters, right? Because there would not be another place to put a living quarters of theirs. Then I realized, okay, I can just flip it. So I can get, so this is like 8 block deep. So I can add another 8 block for symmetry and make this side just entirely their houses. This is a 2 house for them to live in, maybe a 4 house even, because, well, what's his face and the other guy should also live somewhere. The what's his face being the bot, that's the guy.
Slowly but surely, everybody's been getting sad the last 2 days, and we're not sure why. I thought that it was because I miscounted on beds, but now we're up to like 3 or 4 people that are moping along, not just Brina the Third. So
I'm guessing they're just finally tired of all the food we're giving them. And that was basically their only, happiness in life.
Which is funny, because now they have a chef, so that's actually giving them happiness boosts from having actual villager-made food. Because technically the only happiness they were getting from the food we were giving them was the bonus from the variety of it. They weren't getting any actual happiness from eating, since it was weird human food, not...
Okay, so dear diary, today I learned that villagers think that I can't cook.
We've reached the point where our village is big enough, the probability of getting new nomads coming through is getting really, really low. It's still going to happen. We'll still have them pop up. But we're going to reach a point where we can't afford to be picky at all with them, or where we need to just start summoning children instead.
You say summoning children as if children are like demons from the depths of heck. Which they are, admittedly.
Like I was gonna say, they definitely can be. But yeah. I mean, we basically have 2 rows of child spawn eggs. They're cute little twinkly hearts. Hey, where do we have any blank beds around here?
We do not whatsoever. Why do you need one?
We're on day 4 with no nomads, and also it's episode 4, and we don't have a 4th Brina yet. So I'm going to attempt to get us a Brina.
Okay. That's weird, but yeah, sure, why not? We need what's his face? The guy, the flute.
Yes.
The bard, so this child will grow up to be a drunken musician or something like that.
That's not the way I was going to phrase it, but that's about what I was aiming for, so it works for me. And
Randy Danemark, you are not Brina.
You are definitely not a Brina.
As soon as we get in a name tag, we're renaming him Brina. In fact, does anyone have a spare name tag? I like how that's exactly the opposite of the solution everybody was suggesting to us in the comments. Because people were telling us to rename the Brina something else, and we instead are making the fourth Brina using the name tag. Firstborn of the village, I christen you, Brina. I christen. Okay, we'll have to wait for him to be awake. Actually, you know what? There we go. I christen you, Brina Tootenflute.
Oh no. You were serious.
He might not have any musical talent whatsoever, but I guess he'll have to grow into it now. So you guys are gonna kill me, but we moved the storage room for the third time.
All the way over here now.
This was a good use of our time, isn't it? We only have a week to play on this server before it resets, and I'm getting you to move our items back and forth.
Well, had to do something while we were waiting for the child to grow up.
Yeah, look guys, it only made sense logistically. If everybody who actually uses inventories lives in this house and works in this house, then the storage, thing that they use also should be in this house. Also, the mine shaft is currently kind of being exhausted, so we will be moving that anyway. And the lumber mill, as in tree farm, is actually right here, right next to it. So it makes sense. Wish we figured it out before.
It just keeps getting shifted every few episodes, so...
Yeah.
But yeah.
Brinas and chest room moving. That's this Let's Play, in a nutshell. Speaking of, is he...
Yes, so, I decided that since we had young Mr. Tootenflute, and since we did go ahead and get that teacher, I would put a school that to get the child educated in. He has since then grown up, and so now Tina Fey is standing here with nothing to do.
All right.
My proposal was that we should probably look at going ahead and populating the villages with some more children. But in the meantime, he has indeed grown up. He's right here.
Awesome. Is he a complete nitwit, or he has 19 intelligence in him?
Yes.
I do not know whether or not that's a lot. Also, I heard about schools being underfunded, but this is ridiculous.
We reused an existing building. Yeah, seems about par for the course for schools.
I mean, for one child, that's still a lot, but
Yeah. The one downside is, yeah, we don't have enough emeralds right now to go ahead and upgrade him to a bard. So now he's just wandering around being a complete nitwit as opposed to actually making people happy.
Look, let him live this life for a bit, alright?
Okay.
He has an eternity of dooting in front of him. Let him prolong his childhood for a bit.
So we did a little bit of trading, and we have enough now to go ahead and grab a token of dooting. So, talking to the tradesman here, and let's get our boy a flute. Get a boy our flute and bring some joy to this sad country town.
His fate is just being woken up by us in the middle of the night. The guy is gonna have nightmares about us. It's like, hey dude, you're Brina now. This time it's like, hey dude, guess who's just got employed? Okay, look at him. He's Mucklemoreing it up.
Yeah, he's got some snazzy sideburns now.
Yep, absolutely gonna pop some tags. He actually has 16 levels in music.
Yep,
Wow.
They instantly get a randomly assigned between 50 and 100% of their intelligence to whatever job you give them.
So employing smart people is good. Wow, never would have figured.
That only works on children, so that they're all the ones that were children. So
Point still stands.
yeah, exactly. Employing smart people. So that's part of why I spent the emeralds on the one that I did. He's whining because he'd like a tavern to go to, but he can still go ahead and Doot at people without.
Don't worry, Brina, you'll get your beer one day. For now, go! Spread the happiness around the world. By which I mean within this very limited village.
Okay, well, if our next stop is going to be building the tavern, I guess we better go ahead and see how much that's actually going to cost us. 8 blocks.
What?
Yeah, things do go up in price. So we're looking at 8 blocks of emeralds for the tavern.
It's a room in which people drink. How can it be that expensive?
I mean, clearly you've never been to a hipster part of town and seen, all of the nice little indie local brewery beers that they have. I would gather the liquor license alone is going to cost us like 6 of those blocks.
I have no words. That's okay. 8 blocks by 9. That's 72. That's a stack of emerald. How are we gonna be able to afford it?
I'm gonna go plant more beetroot because he's still buying that full price.
There he goes. That was terrible. That was horrifying. Well, at least he himself is at 100 happiness, so like,
Yeah,
he's alright. He's proud of himself.
isn't that what really matters?
Yep.
No, it's not. But
So I hope you guys don't mind me just constantly building stuff off camera this Let's Play. It just feels to me that this video series is more about the villager mods than it is about me being like a good builder, especially since, this is what we have to work with. This is what I built this season. But yeah, the Tavern build, I don't know, it feels important enough to actually kind of focus attention on. Sorry, had a hiccup there. So, let's see, we have the first story, obviously, spruce, grey stone, and of course cobblestone. And then have the second story as a little bit of a transition area from stone to wood to obviously roof, which 2 will be a sloppy roof, something like that one, but framed using cobblestone once again. So what I'm trying to say is it's very bad, it's very sad that the miners don't actually bring in cobblestone, they just destroy the stone that they produce. Because right now I will have to just go into the mines and punch out some cobble like a complete peasant.
they're just creepily standing here.
I mean, I'm more impressed that they are holding hands, basically. Brina,
Yeah.
Albert, do you want to tell us something? Have you broken every tool in the village?
No, they still have axes. I don't know what their problem is.
Are they having a strike? Are they having a stroke?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I guess it is time we teleport somewhere else. By which I mean like we have a warp spawn on this server, so every single glitchy issue like this, we've been told that it can be solved by just teleporting to spawn and teleporting back home for like 30 seconds.
Exactly.
So we'll unload the chunks. You guys, you do you. Lyarrah, call the ambulance. So the town is coming along nicely, but more importantly, I now have an actual wall, and I'm gonna call it a gossip wall. So, Brina Lumberjack, I don't actually remember her proper name, and Albert Lumberjack are dating.
No, her name's actually.
I feel like this is wrong somehow. But they're not actual people, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you know what? You know what's wrong about it? What's wrong about it is that we've just got this out in the open like this. This needs to be scrawled on a bathroom wall.
What is the recipe for the chair? I'm in the stage where I need to walk on the interiors, even though there's like one more wall missing. But let's not about that. Let's not talk about that. And yeah, I need to remember how to chair.
It's like stick, and then 3 planks across the middle, and then 1 plank up on the side.
Oh, yeah, that's a self-explanatory. Could have guessed that.
Well, I guess what that also means is that we should probably do that survey of who we've got around.
Oh yeah, we need to figure out like the amount of villagers. Finally. Hello, we're with the survey company. We're kind of trying to track down exactly the amount of villagers and people we have in the village. Your name is Juliana Duggan, am I right? And let me take note of that. What is it you do around here?
We've got the emeralds. Gotta actually blockify them, but nope.
How many emeralds do we have?
14 blocks and 22. I'll do the math again in a moment. But oh no, it was 2 stacks and 20, so 148.
Did you sure you donated that child and didn't sell him?
I was trying to think of a good way to lock the door, but I couldn't think of anything. Alright.
Admittedly, it would be absolutely amazing if you just replied, okay, you're not coming out of here.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, like, it'd be within the spirit of the mod, let's be honest. We've hauled villagers around by leads, yeah.
Honestly, I'm really surprised TangoTek didn't add an ability to sell a hat. So like a child to the merchant. Anyway, it's getting night and we got a Tavern token. Yay!
Woo!
Let's go drinking! He's hoping that this thing will actually recognize itself as a Tavern. Okay.
Yay!
Come on, guys. It's drinking time. Did you already all go to sleep? No! Okay. The cook. The Brina. Everybody, guys. Tavern's open. Go get wasted. Come on, seriously with this. Ish. Oh! No, they are not congregating. I thought they were congregating. They are indeed just... well, guys.
Not quite yet. We sadly might have to wait till the next evening for them to.
They also might not want to go to the tavern because they are already high happiness. Like, name and Gull Scream here at 100.
Well, I see somebody up in the tavern. I see sparkles coming from up there. What? What is this?
This is the tavern.
No other part of this game has ever felt this dead silence. Than these guys just staring at their non-existent flat screen TV.
You're just waiting to go for the best part. You keep doing that, you idiot.
Did that have any shots mess up for you too?
I know. This might not be as hilarious as I think it is.
No, it's pretty hilarious.
It's just like the poor guy is just here performing in front of an empty room.
Oh my gosh.
At least he's having a good time.
Exactly. He's got 100% happiness, and really, isn't our village's only child the only thing that really matters?
Yep, the fortunate son. But yeah, the bard does not actually perform these songs on the daily basis. They only perform it whenever they are in a tavern.
And I noticed they also seem louder and echoier.
Yeah, and also they're probably disrupting the sleep of everybody living in the basement here.
But wasn't that the entire joke from the start?
That was the intention. Yes, I'm not. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm a sadist as far as this mod is concerned.
Well, personally, I feel like we done good.
Yeah, this is a thing we accomplished. Hopefully next time we'll be over with the Tavern build, on top of everything else, and also the interiors really need to be reassembled. Whew, but that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm kind of losing my crap right now. So, I apologize if I seem like way too happy about what's going on.
Well, personally, Brina has brought my happiness to 100, so I think that's all that really matters here. So if Brina brought your happiness to 100 too, then make sure to like this video.
If we get enough likes, maybe we'll make Mr. Toot and Flute actually perform in front of an audience. and not sadly doot into a wall behind their back. That's gonna be it for today's episode. Subscribe for whatever reason. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye.